Tomorrow will be the final episode, not forever, of Game of Hearts. We just need more variety, don't we? Besides, everyone, I feel like some people are getting bored of this series because right now it is just you getting love interested off and on for a whole chapter. No worries. Scared and dating games have a whole different way of the love interest getting to know you. It goes little by little because we still don't even know the percentage of our love protagonist to the beautiful yin, aka you. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. And today, it's some love from me. It was break time as you were heading out of the class. Deciding to pay the Hashra a visit in the student council room, you make your way to there. Your mind was clouded of yesterday's short yet chaotic food fight. You're on your phone as you scroll through Kitsugram, seeing videos and hashtags of the school's food fight. You had decided to download Kitsugram after much thought about it, as well as you can be up to date with particular everything online. You had 0 followers, and were following 0 people. You hadn't told anyone of the Hashira, Komodo Squad, or even the Kazuki about your newly made account. But maybe it was best you kept your account a secret, at least for now. Though it did trouble you. Who was the one who started the food fight first? Who was the one who threw that plate at you? There were many clips of you being caught dead center of all the commotion. You let out a loud, tired sigh. Guess that's one way to get attention. You notice several hundred comments below the video you're watching, but just as you are about to click to read them, the sound of someone slamming a locker takes your eyes off your phone. Since it was break hour, almost nobody in the school hallway, unless they were, for whatever reason, love hanging around their lockers. You quickened your pace and peek around the upcoming corner to find 2 familiar boys, Sanemi and Genya. It was no secret that the 2 were brothers, as they shared the surname Shinagawa. However, despite being brothers, the look and words leaving Sanemi's mouth begged to differ. "What the hell are you doing here? Out of my way," Sanemi scoffs, shoulder bumping Genya hard. Genya winces, but quickly turns and calls out to his brother. "Brother, shut up! Don't talk to me in school or out." Sanemi scowls. "Already ruining my day? Just leave me alone." With that, Sanemi strides off pissed, leaving Genya standing in silence. He leans against the locker. You instantly step forward, wanting to comfort him, but you stop yourself. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't know what to say. But more importantly, you had nothing to do with it. Fighting back the urge to comfort Genya, you turn to leave, but end up locking eyes with the boy. Genya's eyes go wide for a moment before quickly composing himself and starting off irritated. "Genya!" But the boy was already gone. You walk over to the locker where Sanemi and Genya were arguing at. Glancing in the opposite direction each brother had gone. That was when you had noticed a small keychain on the floor in the direction Sanemi had gone off. Squinting down next to it, you picked up a small plastic toy rhinoceros beetle attached to the keychain. Oh. Noticeably, the end of the metal hook of the keychain was deteriorating. Did Sanemi drop this? You murmured to yourself, poking a little adorable keychain in your left hand. Maybe it had slipped out from a broken hook. I could ask him about this. And at the same time, I can use this as a conversation starter with him. You nodded to yourself, quite proud of your plan. Maybe that way I can help Genya and Sanemi fix whatever is wrong between them. The sound of several girls rushing down the hallway draws your attention from the keychain. Where did he go? We have to hurry if we want to seem to be excitedly like one of the Dream Mr. Cool Prince. How does my hair look? And my makeup? Where did Sanemi go? Alright, you say the female lead's lines. And we'll record everything. Sanami will definitely say yes to you. He's spoken to you the most out of all the girls and Kipetsu High. Aside from the Hashira, I found him. He's near the flower garden. Come on, hurry up. The girls scurried off, leaving you squatting on the floor, confused. Dear Mr. Cold Prince? You pulled out your phone and searched up the odd name and realized it was a webtoon. A webtoon about a poor innocent girl who always enters a highly prestigious academy of magic arts and melts the heart of a rude, cold-hearted prince of the school. And of course, the prince's personality is like Sanami. You face-palmed as you turned off your phone with your hand. How can girls find it attractive? Sighing, you quickly get up and follow the girls out the hallway to where Sanami was. Dang, I didn't know you guys were Sims for Sanami. I'm sorry. By the time I had caught up with the girls. Everything was already playing out like some sort of K-drama scene, or well, perfectly to them a romance webtoon scene. Hiding at a distance and watching its several unreal through the corner, I quickly witnessed it all. Sanami, huh? Was all the grumpy wind Hashira could let out as his hands were in his pants pockets. What do you want? He harshly spat. Sanami, ever since I met you, the girls watching at a distance all curled up at their friends' words. I look away from the scene, feeling the secondhand embarrassment. Deciding not to watch all of the unreal in front of me, I pull out my phone, opening Kipetsugram to pass the time. And that was the biggest mistake I had ever made because I had forgotten that my volume was on max. Came from my phone. It was a video of me screaming from behind, being hit by a plate of spaghetti. I quickly turned off my phone, looking up at the girls inside me in hopes that no one heard. But that was wishful thinking. Their backs and faces were now eyeing me, probably all wondering, what the hell is she doing here? Don't mind me. I was just walking by, so you all go back to whatever the flip you were doing. Embarrassed, I quickly turned away, trying to run off, but the shouts of several girls made me stop. Hey, you ruined our scene! One of the girls recording uglily exclaims. Aren't you that crazy weird first year? Another girl yells. You're all over the place. Excuse you? I exclaimed, clearly offended. Crazy and weird? I scoffed, crossing my arms. If anything, that's you delusional lots. I murmur under my breath. Crazy, weird, and delulu. A what? The girl beside Sanami exclaims. It's the annoying first year. Another one of the girls recording shouts back. She's everywhere, I swear. Would you all just shut up? Sanami shouts, overpowering all the girls yelling at me. You. Sanami eyes down at the girl next to him. Hurry up, I don't have all day. Yes. The girl yelps. The rest of the girls turn their attention and phones back to Sanami, forgetting all about me. Whew, good. I wanted to tell you that I really like you, Sanami. The girls on the side began squealing in delight. And I was wondering if you'd like to come with me to this year's Autumn Fest. No, was all Sanami let out, before huffing an annoyance breath and walking away past the girls. What? But Sanami! The girl tries reaching out towards Sanami's arm, but Sanami jolts his arm away in disgust. Who do you think you are? Sanami breaks into laughter. I don't even know your name, let alone you asking me out to go with you to the festival. Get out of here. The girls recording gasp, hands over their mouths at Sanami's words. What did they all expect? This is Sanami Shinagawa. He isn't no lovely, dovey romantic prince. Tears from the girl's eyes before she runs off crying. Wait for us! The other friends chase her down, leaving a pissed off Sanami and me. Maybe this isn't a good time to show him the keychain. I just need to sneak away right now while he's not You! Sanami shouts, eyes angry at me. I quickly hold my hands up, trying to defend the situation. Sanami! I plastered the biggest smile on my face. funny running into you here. But in a flash, Sanmi had rushed to me and grabbing my left wrist. Ow, hey, that hurts. Did you set me up? Sanmi glares down at me. What? Was all I could let out. You set me up, didn't you, trying to piss me off even more, huh? Sanmi's hand tightens around my wrist, making me wince. I was already in a bad mood, and you called in those girls just to annoy me and even more. Sanmi, let go, it hurts. I shout back loudly. The grip on my wrist only tightened as I desperately tried to wiggle my way out from the wind husher's clutches. I hit him a few times on his arm, but his grip unravels. You bitch. He curses at me, but with no other option, my left, the pain being overbearing, only thing I could think of at this moment was, I bit Sanami's arm hard. Baby shut. I'm sorry. Ow, you dumb bitch. Sanami releases me, taking several steps away from me, holding onto his bent arm. The fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with me? I scoff, almost laughing. What's wrong with you, grabbing a girl hard like that and accusing me of doing all of this? Well, maybe if your bitch ass didn't pull off a stunt like that, those girls, but I didn't. I had wanted to talk to you and came upon those Delulu girls. I stepped towards Sanami, ticked off. My other hand was massaging my left wrist. He really was testing my patience with all this accusing. To think I came out all the way out here to return this to you, and this is the thanks I get? I rummaged in my pocket, taking out the keychain, holding it in front of him, as his eyes widened before shouting, How the hell did you get that? You dropped it back in the hallway, and I followed you to return it. I looked back at the keychain in my hand. Give it back, now, Sanmi angrily orders. I scoff, associating at his attitude. To think he'd be asking for it nicely back, but oh, no. If that's the case, then here, take it. I grimaced, pulling my arm back and throwing it over the flower beds before taking off. You fucking... Sanmi runs off to catch the keychain, leaving me some time to make my escape. That's what you get, Sanmi, I yelled back, taking off into the school hallway, not holding back. He deserves it. With Yin having run off, leaving the wind hashira hanging over one of the flower garden fences, Sanami had successfully caught his precious keychain before it had gotten lost any further. The scarred-faced boy looks back to where Yin had ran off to, before scowling angrily. Damn, you sure have balls, bitch. The hashira props himself off the flower garden fences and brushes his clothes before taking a look at the small keychain in his right hand. A faint but memorable memory plays in the back of his head. I made it for you, brother. I know you like beetles, so I hope you like it. Thank you, Kenya. Sanami stares odd-eyed, lost in memory, at the small little rhinoceros beetle keychain gifted by his younger brother Genya. Sure, it was small, probably unmeaningful gift by others, but Sanami, he cherished it with his life. If he had ever lost such a precious gift, he wouldn't know what to do. To think I came out of my way to return this to you, and this is the thanks I get? The wind hashira clicks his tongue in annoyance at the thought of Yin. However, he couldn't deny it. That was slightly grateful for her finding and returning his keychain. That's what you get, Sanami. But damn, that bitch bites hard. Back to you. Well, second person, lunch. You were wandering around for a spot to sit, to eat your lunch alone. No Kamado squad, no Kazuki, and no Hashira. You had wanted to avoid other food fight incidents. The Hashira were busy with an important student council meeting, planning for the autumn festival, and you didn't want to bother them. And you definitely didn't want to see Sanami again after what happened earlier. That frick, just thinking of him annoys me. You let out an annoyed sigh. Walking with your lunch in hand, you search for a secluded, quiet area to eat. Finally, sitting down, you place down your lunch tray and pick up the school sandwich, bringing it near your mouth before taking a big, hungry bite. You say in awe. To think high school lunch was this good. You finished up your lunch and look for a nearby trash can to throw away and place away your tray. One sing on, oh my god, audio good. Sorry. You get up from under the tree and make your way over to the trash can, only to suddenly trip over a pile of legs. Huh? Falling face first, you quickly use your reflexes to minimize the damage, colluding into the concrete ground. Oof. The hell? Whoever you are, why are you spreading your long-ass legs out like that? You suddenly stop when you see a sleeping Kokushibo. The upper moon one was peacefully dozing off, back against the tree, arms crossed. Kokushibo? You let out. How did he not wake up from me tripping hard over his legs? You ask yourself. Still on the ground, you look up at the napping Kazuki before you. You never had much interest with Kokushibo before, so seeing him sleeping so peacefully was a new sight. Then again, he tends to yawn a lot, so maybe he doesn't get much sleep. But it was odd to find Kokushibo away from the rest of the Kazukis in Busan. Wonder why he's here alone. Suddenly, a phone notification goes off loudly. I can instantly reach for my own, but before I could, Kokushibo suddenly wakes up and pulls out his phone. Finally, it's updated, almost in a crazed manner. You were startled by his erupting yelling in a crazy manner, but quickly deciding maybe it's best to back off slowly and act like you saw nothing. You slowly get up, but in the midst of doing so, in the corner of Kokushibo's eyes, he notices you at his feet. What are you doing down there, first year? Kokushibo's face was expressionless, but you felt that he was judging you. No way you really fell for me. Huh? Of course not. What are you talking about? You quickly get up embarrassed. I tripped over your legs. You were spreading them out for no reason, so yeah, of course I tripped. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Kokushibo withdraws his legs closer to him, sighing. You pick up the mess you had dropped before going to throw it away. Noticing that you were going to throw away your stuff, Kokushibo calls out, Wait, could you also throw this away for me too? He holds out an empty chip bag and granola bar wrapper. Using me, huh? You joke, walking back over to the upper moon one with your tray out for him to drop his trash on there. Well, you were on your way to the trash, so... Sorry. Kokushibo shrugs before quickly going back to his phone, ignoring you. You're lucky I'm nice, you murmur, walking off and throwing away your trash and putting away your tray. Returning back to the tree where your backpack and Kokushibo were, you heard the Kazuki let out multiple shouts. No, this can't be happening. You ran back to Kokushibo, leaning back against the tree, a tired arm slugged over his eyes, with his phone over his hand. Kokushibo, what happened? What's wrong? He sighs, but doesn't say anything. You peer over into his phone as to maybe why Kokushibo could be acting so strangely. And noticed that he was reading a webtoon. The Kazuki turns off his phone and removes his arm from his head and faces you. I'm going back to sleep. You need something? No. I just noticed that you were reading a webtoon. You pointed down at his black screen phone. Oh yeah, I do sometimes. They're interesting. Kokushibo suddenly sits upright. I guess reading webtoons must be in trend now or something. So then, what were you just reading? I just heard a webtoon called Mr. Dear Cold Prince from some students. You know about Dear Mr. Cold Prince? Kokushibo's eyes fell on me, surprised. Not exactly, no, I just heard about it. You rephrased your words. But it seems that you know about it, Kokushibo? Yeah, he looks away, embarrassed. He turns away, as if he didn't want to talk to me about it. Deciding it was best to change the subject, he started, "So, what are you doing out here, alone?" You decided to drop the question, curious as to what he was his response may be. "Oh, they're just noisy." Kokushibo yawns. "They're the Kazuki?" Loud. Can barely ever get any sleep with them around. He mutters quietly. Out of nowhere, you feel the weight of someone leaning on you lightly, followed by the quiet breathing tickle to your right ear. "Kokushibo?" You try to turn and look at the fourth year Kazuki without waking him up. But the best you manage to do was see side profile of him sleeping demeanor. He really does need more sleep. Deciding it was best to not move, you sit still for Kokushibo to rest easy. He looks so peaceful. You take out your phone and look up the webtoon. Dear Mr. Cold Prince, wondering what the hype was about to decide to read the first chapter. Several months go by and you were integrated by the interesting storyline. Sure, the prince was an absolute dickhead to the female lead, but there was something awfully strange about the academy the main character was at. Just as you were about to read another chapter, the bell suddenly rings. Inclining lunch was over. You put away your phone, looking over at Kokushibo still resting on your shoulder. "Kokushibo." You lightly tapped the upper moon one. Was all he let out. The bell just rang. "We don't want to be late to Aizawa's." You poke his shoulder once more. "You can go first. I'll go in a few minutes." Kokushibo leans over you, eyes still closed, now leaning against the tree behind him, arms still crossed. "But you'll be late." "It's fine," he mutters. With that, the conversation ends, leaving... had a yawn. Leaving you to grab your things and head to class alone. Hopefully Kokushibo wakes up soon. Third person POV. Minutes passed since Yin had left for class. As Kokushibo wakes from his very short nap, he, of course, was definitely late to class. But he could have cared less. Rather, the upper moon one looked slowly over to his left side, where Yin had sat quietly next to him as he slept, where he had felt her warm presence when he had leaned on her without realizing. It was the first time since he's felt this weird feeling when leaning on someone while sleeping. It felt strange. It was this odd, serene feeling. Never once had Kokushibo felt this before, or even recalling experiencing such a feeling. He's never done this before. Never one had ever leaned on anyone while sleeping. Not even the Kazuki. No one. "Brother?" Kokushibo tisked his tongue in annoyance, a hand over his eye as he's trying purposely to forget something, or rather, someone.